Well, look, we spent $1 billion and elected Donald Trump. That's not a blame game. That's called accountability. And the people at the top of the campaign, the top of the party, have a lot of people pissed off at him because there were people who had suggestions. There were people who were saying, why are we doing this? Why this? It was like, hey, we've got it. We've got it. We've got it. We've got this special magical computer formulation. We've tested every ad. Shut up and sit down and go back to work. Yes. And so people said, okay, well, yeah, I guess you're right. And then we got clobbered.
No, Vic, it's clobbering time.
Clocked, knocked down, beat up, drugged down. That's not blame game. That's accountability.
Accountability. I mean, and I know you're for $1 billion.
$1 billion.
And I believe they technically, blew a few $100 million of that in the recent weeks, Andrew Yang, and now ended up technically maybe in debt a little bit.
And now ended up technically maybe in debt a little bit.
What?
Technically maybe in debt a little bit.
And that, my friends, is called Bidenomics.
What a complete disaster.
Yes!
We're going to get into it right now and take a look at some of the expenses. But on my way to 100 subs, I'd like it if you guys could take a second to just subscribe. It don't cost you nothing, and it helps out my ego.
What?
So let's get into some of this campaign spending.
She's good at raising money, and she's good at blowing it. But money can't buy you elections, especially when you spend it like she did. She raked in more than $1 billion and is somehow now in debt. The Washington Examiner dug through her financial statements and gave us a good clue why. Kamala's campaign was getting whacked like a piñata while D.C. leeches hoovered up all the cash. She spent over $50 million on payroll. Trump's campaign spent less than 10. Another $12 million went to consultants, and $20 million went to their little concerts with Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera, John Bon Jovi, remember him? They even had to cancel a performance by Alanis Morissette because they were running low on cash. Isn't that ironic? Campaign insiders are mad at the bosses for wasting donor money on concerts instead of ads about, the economy. Quote, they said they were spending to zero. I guess they overshot zero. Ads would have gone a lot further than the pricey celebrity endorsements. One campaign source said people were concerned about their own financial issues, not Oprah telling them America won't exist. But it worked out nicely for Oprah. She got her friend Kamala to pay her $1 million to interview her in September. $1 million. Now, if she thought she was saving democracy, she should have done it for free. Kamala scared donors by calling Trump a dictator, got $1 billion, then just gave it to her friends and blew the rest on being a diva. Kamala went on a podcast, remember Call Her Daddy? But she didn't want to go to their studio in L.A. So she made the host fly to D.C. and used campaign cash to build a fake set in a hotel room. She spent more than $100,000 to build it. That set, see it? 2 chairs, a coffee table, and a bookshelf. That's 6 figures. Now, we looked at the set. We probably could have done it for around $6,000. That's without labor. But where'd the rest of the money go? We don't know. So she's still trying to soak folks for cash. 24 hours after the election, on Wednesday, Democrats got a text from the campaign. Urgent. We need help. Donate now. Help with what? You lost. If this is how she's going to spend her donors' dollars, imagine what she would have done with our taxes.
This is just absolutely insane. Like, what a disaster of epic proportion. All these people that are supposed to be her supporters, all these people that are supposed to be raising money for her and saying, oh, we're campaign donors. Beyonce, Oprah, Eminem, Barack probably even got paid. He didn't do that shit for free. All these people are supposed to be out there fundraising, and she's paying them to have them look like they're supporting her. This shit was all fake. It's all a facade. This was the fakest campaign in history. I can't wait for the FEC to finish going through how much she spent. They're going to find, I guarantee that she paid off some kind of agency that hired all these extras and actors that she was bussing around to each of all her rallies. She had like 15 buses full of people following her around to every single rally. And these people, they were on payroll. It was all fake. The fakest campaign of all time. And the biggest failure, I called it. I said she was going to go down in history as one of the biggest campaign failures of all time. It's going to be hard to top this. You raised $1 billion and you're still 20 million in debt, begging for donors to give you more money. It's fucking pathetic. Vendors aren't getting paid. Staff's not getting paid. And she was the one that was going to save the economy, guys.
What?
Just spend, spend, spend. That's all Democrats know how to do. Just spend, spend, spend. But all the economists told us that she had the best plan for the economy.
Stop.
She spent over 25 million in texting people.
What?
Over 25 million in text message outreach. How is that even possible? This has got to be a money laundering scheme. She paid the original race hustler, Al Sharpton, $500,000 before he gave her that softball interview. The network they did the interview on, MSNBC, had to have shown something saying that he was paid before that interview took place. Because this guy's supposed to be one of her campaign supporters, yet she's paying him to do an interview? Yeah, there's a lot more that's going to come out of this investigation.
You know, I'm not on anyone's payroll. I'm not beholden to anyone. That's why I'm here telling the truth. I'm not here to gaslight anybody. This is just the truth.
What is the truth?
The truth is,
Venus, Dr. Wu, you done fucked up now!
this is just an epic disaster. This is a $1 billion disaster.
$100 billion.
Actually, it was $1.018 billion, I think, right? There were 20 million or $18 million dollars in debt.
Right.
It's incredible. And I raised millions of that. I have friends that I have to be accountable to and to explain what happened because I told them it was a margin of error race. I was promised, Jen O'Malley Dillon promised all of us that Harris would win. She even put videos out saying that Harris would win. I believed her. My donors believed her. And so they wrote massive checks. I feel like a lot of us were misled. And even on the night of election night, Will, I looked somebody in the eye and I said, are we going to do this? Are we going to pull it off? She told me yes. And I asked somebody else, like, how are you feeling? He's like, we're going to win Iowa. And I was like, what?
Do you think, did they believe this going in? Was there a real sense of false confidence on the side of Kamala Harris? Or did they know they were in store for disaster?
I was wondering about that. I was like, I asked them, are you privy to internal numbers that I am not seeing? Because I study this so carefully, and I just wasn't seeing any basis for that level of confidence. And I also want to remind our viewers that, the Trump campaign was touting all of these incredible empirical data weeks before election night. What Harris is touting was the door knocking. She didn't say anything really about early voting. Now I know it's because there was nothing much to say.
All right, guys, that was a quick one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Share the video, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Hope everybody has a good one. Peace.